Are you considering buying a home in 2023, but you're not sure if now's the best time to be purchasing property? Well, today I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the advantages and disadvantages of buying a home in the second quarter of 2023. So before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so in 2022, California home sales neared an almost historic low, rivaling that of the 2007 housing crash. And as a matter of fact, Los Angeles County saw a drop of close to 48% of closed home sales as compared to last year. This is largely due to the Federal Reserve raising interest rates over the course of the past year, making it more and more difficult for people to be able to afford a home. So while home prices are falling faster than my motivation to leave the house on a rainy day, you might be asking yourself, is there ever a good time to buy in 2023? And the answer to that really depends on one of two factors. Either one, the interest rates need to start decreasing, or two, prices for homes need to start dropping. This is because if you were to purchase a home in Los Angeles County at the same sky-high prices that we saw in 2021 and 2022 with these current interest rates, that would dramatically reduce the affordability of that home. In fact, studies have shown that housing affordability in California right now is at a negative 45.7%, which is close to a historic low in the housing market. But there are still opportunities to be had. You see, the real estate market has a way of balancing and correcting itself. And when interest rates start to go up, that means prices have to come down in order for homes to sell. So while sellers still aren't quite grasping the reality that housing prices are dropping and they won't be able to get those same numbers that they could have gotten in 2021, as that reality starts to set in, sellers will become more conditioned to the new reality of the housing market and prices will begin to fall. In fact, list to sales price ratio last year at this same time was a little over 100%, which means if you had a home for sale for $1 million, it was going to sell for a little bit above that. But right now, list to sales price ratio has actually decreased to 96.5%, which means on that same $1 million house, you'd roughly expect to be around $965,000. So why is this a good thing? Well, it's a good thing because that means that prices are coming down and these sellers are starting to grasp the reality that home prices are not going to be at the elevated levels that they once were. So how can you use this to your advantage as a buyer? Well, for one, when the prices start to come down and you do purchase a house, even with these high interest rates, you're now locking in that sales price, which you can then refinance at a later date. Now, while it's impossible to predict what the Federal Reserve will do in the future and whether interest rates will come down next month or next year, what you do know for certain is that the interest rates will come down eventually. And if you get a house at, say, like I said, that $1 million house for $965,000, and then you refinance that 6 to 7% interest rate down to a 3% interest rate, now you have that house at that price, but your payment just got significantly lower. So now we arrive at the question that this video is all about, and that is it a good time to buy right now in Los Angeles? And I would say it completely depends on an individual case-by-case basis. Now, if you own a home currently and you're very happy in your home and you were one of those lucky people to lock in a 2.5% interest rate in 2021, then my advice would probably be to stay put for now because you can wait for things to develop. You're not in a rush to move, you're gonna be fine, and you have an amazing interest rate with a good house payment. But if you're a buyer who really wants to move, you really want to be a homeowner, and you feel like this is the time for you to buy, well then all you need to do is find a good deal on that house. Because you can, if you're willing to take that short-term hit in the interim, you can reap the benefits later once you refinance and lower that interest rate. So in conclusion, if you are considering buying right now, I just recommend speaking to a real estate expert or your realtor just to make sure that you're never overpaying for any house. Sales prices are starting to come down, and if you can get an appropriate deal at fair market value for a home right now, you could reap the benefits later, because even though you will take a hit in the short term by paying that extra interest, if you have a good sales price on the home and then you refinance later to drop your payments, you could end up with a really good deal. So that's it for today. My name's Fenison. Thank you for stopping by. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I make videos like this every single week that you won't want to miss, and I appreciate you stopping by. Take care.